So last week was an absolute nightmare, and I'm going to show you just a small portion of the things that went up in flames. Very similarly to the footage of Valkyria Chronicles 4, I had on paper, a simple idea to make our Magic the Gathering session with Yordle the Animator a little bit more interesting to watch. I essentially wanted to dramatize the card game that we had, and it was basically supposed to simulate something akin to a Pokemon battle. And like that Valkyria Chronicles footage, it would cut away to different clips from anime in order to simulate attacks and spells and things like that. The project got away from me. It got out of control, it got out of my hands. And no matter what I did, I couldn't get it back. There's no part of me that I wasn't able to salvage the overall idea, and a lot of people tried to help me in different ways, but it's just not happening. It's just not happening. So instead, what I will do is I'll show you the progress that I made on it, and you can just imagine yourself what would have been if things weren't such a hellish nightmare for me. So, yeah, let me show you that really quick. So the first thing first is Yordle is 2D PNG tuber right now, and I wanted things to be kind of moving, as much movement as I possibly could, which meant that I had to get 3D models for the creatures that would represent our armies. In Yordle's case, Yordle was using mermaids and like just fish people, and I was using elvish, kind of druid-like forest people. So that hunt got underway, and I did find some models, but they were VR chat models, and I'm going to be completely honest, a big portion as to why I hate VR chat so much is I think that 99.9% of all VR chat models are ugly as sin. I know that it's a popular thing. Tons of people, VTubers and otherwise, love VR chat. I hate it. Those faces look like freak beasts, which is actually kind of fitting for the fish part, because those giant lips that are pretty much present on every single model remind me of the fish out of Shark Tales. But I was trying to go for something a little bit more serious, a bit more normal, so these just weren't going to work. I didn't want to use them, I didn't want to look at them anymore. Momochi and her fantastic skills at making things beautiful assisted in creating these renders here. We spent a long time during the day, picking out models that would fit what I was going for and altering them and setting them in the right pose and picking the camera. My dumbass fucked up royally, because when we were doing the cameras, I was really trying to go for like the actual Pokemon trainer battle thing where the two trainers will slide from off screen on screen, but I also kind of wanted it to be like a double battle. So instead of it just being two trainers, it would be the trainers and their Pokemon already out kind of thing. So there would be 4 people on screen at any given time. And because Magic the Gathering is lands based, from my perspective, I would be looking at Yordle and the mermaid on like an oceanic background, and they would be looking at me in the forest with a forest background. So it would look something like this. I didn't correct Momo with the cameras, so there was just the 2 on each position, which I would have had to do even more editing in order to make that work. And it just didn't work. I fucked up. I fucked it up. She was going to send me the model so I could actually give them like an idle animation, so they would kind of like bounce and move while they're, facing off against one another, but That was taking too long. This project was taking too long. I haven't posted in almost like a week or something like that, and that is the death of my channel. So, um, here's what it would have been, and we're moving on now.